Hey everyone, welcome to AAGN Education channel. Today we are going to see about uses of plants and also interdependence between plants and animals. And tomorrow we will see about the types of plants and adaptations of the plants, and that is going to be a very big lesson, and be prepared for that. And with that we will wrap up this chapter plants. Okay, now about the uses of plants. We all know, right? It is used for food. So we use it for fruits, vegetables, grains, and herbs and spices. What does they do? Basically, herbs and spices will enhance the flavor, and even they have some medicinal properties. Okay, and plants are also used for medicine, used as medicine, right? The plants are considered to be the traditional remedies. Okay, many plants are used in the traditional medicine systems. What is this traditional medicine systems? Now we have the modern pharma, right, where we use so many chemical compounds to treat the diseases. But in the olden days, people used to solely rely upon the plants to get cured of diseases, right? So that is being continued in this generation too, to some extent, and so we say that plants are used for traditional remedies and medicine. And apart from that, pharmaceuticals, in pharmaceuticals too, right, though pharmaceuticals is mostly what I mean is they mostly use the chemical compounds and all that. They also use some extracts, okay, like they will be derived from the plants. Like for example, for the heart failure, like for the heart, what do you say, for the heart dysfunctioning of the heart, the popular this one, the medicine used is digitalis. Okay, not proper medicine. Okay, this has to be mixed with many other things to be called as medicine, but what I'm saying is it's the hero component. Okay, so digitalis, and this will be extracted from a plant called as foxglove. Okay, so this is not at all important, just for your curiosity I'm just mentioning it, so don't be bothered about it. I'm just saying that. So even the modern medical field uses plants. Okay, so and about this clothing and textiles. Clothing and textiles, you all know, right? The dresses we wear, they will be made of cotton and linen and hemp, and so many fabrics and clothing are made with that. And about the dyes, you know dyes, right? Dyes are the coloring substances. Okay, and so these dyes are used in the textile industries, and there will be plant based dyes. There will be some chemical dyes too, but plant based dyes will also be there, and so those will be used for the textile industry. And building materials, as building materials we all know, right, all the furniture, paper, and everything will be made using wood, right? So all the sofas you see around you and doors you see around you, everything is made of wood. Okay, and paper is also made from the wood. And bamboo is also very useful as far as construction is concerned. Okay, and about this environmental benefits. Okay, plants are used for air purification. As previously mentioned, plants absorb what? They absorb carbon dioxide and what? Release oxygen, and so it will improve the air quality. Do you remember? This absorption of carbon dioxide and releasing of oxygen takes place as a part of photosynthesis, right? And then soil health. Okay, prevent soil erosion. Plants prevent soil erosion and contribute to soil fertility through decomposing organic matter. See, prevent soil erosion. What is soil erosion? See, so what does the plant do? The plants, it will through its roots, it will hold the soil firmly. Okay, and so it will not allow the soil to be eroded means not being properly fixed to the place. Okay, so it will prevent erosion, soil erosion. Okay, and it will contribute to the soil fertility. How does it contribute? Through decomposing organic matter. Okay, when the plants get decomposed, it will contribute for the soil fertility. Fertile soils will be more productive, right? It means that you can reap many benefits, like you will get so much of, what do you say, fruits and vegetables, from a fertile soil. Okay, so actually soil fertility can be dealt deeper, but this is enough for you. Okay, soil fertile means soil that is good to give more fruits, vegetables, etc. Okay, and about the energy, how are plants used to give energy? See, biofuels. Biofuels are like corn, what do you call, corn, sugarcane plants can be used to obtain biofuel, which is much cleaner. See, now these days it is very important that we have to understand what is good for the environment and what is not good for the environment. Okay, so part of that, it is considered that biofuels, that is fuel obtained through corn and sugarcane, are less harmful to the environment. Okay, and how about the wood? Wood had been the traditional source of conventional energy. What is it? Traditional source of, sorry, not conventional energy, it's renewable energy. That's a blunder to call it as conventional energy. I'm very sorry for that. Okay, renewable energy. So renewable energy means it keeps on coming. Okay, okay, here comes the important topic of renewable energy. Okay, so renewable energy means the chances of this source of energy being stopped or like getting exhausted. The right word is getting exhausted. Getting exhausted means of being not available. Okay, so that chance is very less. It's like, see, with plants you can get the wood, right? When there is human being, till the human being is alive, you will surely have plants, right? So there is a constant source of wood. Okay, so while you are using this wood for our energy as our energy source, then you can be happy that it's renewable. Okay, now, okay, then what is its opposite? Its opposite is non-renewable energy. What is it? Non-renewable energy. Okay, what are these non-renewable energies? Tell me that. Here, when you say coal, okay, how is coal formed? Coal is formed from fossils, right? It's a fossil fuel. Okay, how many years? Like it takes thousands of years. Okay, thousands of years to for the fossil formation. From the fossil you get the coal. Okay, fossil fuels, like after the fossil forms only you can get the coal. So thousands of years things, if you are using it so fast, okay, you are using it for many purposes, so it will get exhausted. Exhausted means it will go off empty. Okay, so in that case it can be renewed, right? It cannot be renewed naturally like wood. Okay, so that is the difference between renewable energy and non-renewable energy. Okay, and apart from that, after that, they are used for plants, aesthetics and recreation. We know that, right? We use for gardening, landscaping, house plants and all that. Next, economic value. Okay, economic value. Agriculture, what is it? It's the backbone of the agricultural industries worldwide. Okay, it's like many nations are purely agricultural nations. That is, they depend on agriculture for their livelihood, for their stomachs to get filled up. Okay, it's not not by eating. What I'm saying is as income source. Okay, so agriculture. And how about horticulture and floriculture? You know that, right? So flowers and ornamental plants have significant economic impact. Okay, and horticulture means it's about the fruits and all that, and floriculture means about the flowers. Okay, and cultural and spiritual significance. Plants does also have cultural and spiritual significance. This need not be explained. Okay, now this is about the uses of plants. I hope I have communicated to you properly. Okay, now about the interdependence between plants and animals. Now see, this is a topic that can be taken to an extent that you can't even imagine. Okay, so here we will confine it to the extent that you need it for your 4th grade. Okay, now let us see. The interdependence between plants and animals is a fundamental aspect of nature, right? So one thing I want to just introduce you to the concept called as ecosystem. What is it? Ecosystem. Ecosystem means it is a community of living things, community of, what are these? Living things and non-living things, okay, and their interactions, that is the interactions between the living things and non-living things, that happens always, okay, and the energy flow that happens through all this. What is this? Energy flow, okay. All these are needed to obtain the balanced ecosystem. What is it? Balanced ecosystem, okay. And for this, for to have this balanced ecosystem, what we need is that the plants and animals should help each other, help each other. That is, their interdependence is obvious. What is it? Obvious. Without this, a balanced ecosystem cannot be obtained. Is only the interdependence between plants and animals that is the only factor that contributes for balanced ecosystem? No, it's not the only factor, but it is important factor that has to go with it, okay. Now about pollination, I'll just give you few pointers where we can see the interdependence between plants and animals, okay. So pollination, so animals help in the pollination of the plants, right? So when animals come on to the plants, the pollen grains will get attached to the fur, and that when it moves to some other plant, the pollen grains will fall and it will reach the ovary, and all these things happen, okay. So seed dispersal, seed dispersal have, and other thing, okay. Now I have mentioned how animals help plants, okay. Then how are plants useful for animals? It's obvious. Every animal, most of the animals either eat, okay. I don't say most of the animals, that's not the right word, but animals eat the fruits or something that are obtained from the plant, or they will take nectar, okay. So there are obvious benefits for the animals like insects and everything. Not animals means, not, don't think, consider the lion and all that, okay. Don't get into that area. What I mean is insects, okay, bees, all these things, okay. All these will depend on the plants. And how about the seed dispersal? They help in seed dispersal too. Few animals will eat the fruits and all that, and with that the seeds will fall down onto the ground, and with that the plants grow, right? And how about the food webs? Food web is a very important concept. What is it? Food web. See, as I said, plants are the primary producers of food, right? Primary producers of food. So they can live on their own with the presence of sunlight, water, carbon dioxide. As they have chlorophyll, they can make prepare their own food, and apart from that they can even give us oxygen for us to live, okay. So they can survive on their own. But how about animals? Animals can't make their own food. They have to be dependent on some or the other thing, right? So animals, some animals eat plants. These are called as herbivores. You all know this, right? So, and some other animals, the carnivores animals or omnivores animals, they eat these animals for their survival. So this is a food web, right? So here you can see that what is food for what and all that. And there will be a constant flow of energy in this food webs. Okay, so in this way also there is interdependence between plants and animals. And how about the habitat formation? Habitat means the home. You can think that home for plants and animals. Okay, there will be many like, see, in plants itself there will be wetland ecosystem, there you can find grassland ecosystem, and there are so many types of ecosystems, okay. So for the formation of this habitats, animals are very helpful, okay. And at the same time, this habitat provides home to the animal. Okay, so there is a good interdependence, right? And how about the symbiotic relationships? This one is like there are so many types of symbiotic relationships. So in some, plants will be deriving benefits solely from the animals, and in some, animals will be deriving benefit from the plants solely, and in some places there is a mutual benefit. So there are so many relationships. That is the reason I said relationships. Okay, so here what about the symbiotic relationships? Here I can say you that symbiotic relationship is a long-term interactions. Okay, what is it? Long-term interactions. It's like they're acquainted to it, they're used to it. Okay, there will be long-term interaction between the plants and animals, where at least one party, like at least one party will benefit. It means that both parties can also benefit. Okay, one party will benefit for sure. So there are so many types of this you can see in the higher classes. For now this is enough. Okay, so plants, most common things, plants usually provide food and shelter to the animals, right? Food and shelter to the animals. Okay, and other thing is, I can say you that the other interdependence, but not this one in ecosystem, for with regard to the ecosystem services, it's not purely about the interdependence between plants and animals, but I can say that both work together to protect the environment, right? To protect the ecosystem, mostly ecosystem, as I have mentioned earlier. Okay, for that to be balanced, it is very important that plants and animals do their part, right? So what do they do? The plants and animals, they will contribute for air, water purification. Okay, air, water purification, and they they do the climate regulation. Okay, they do help in the climate regulation and soil formation too. Okay, soil formation, soil protection, like preventing soil erosion, right? So all these are the ecosystem services that we can get from the plants and animals. Okay, now for today we are done with the two topics, and tomorrow or day after tomorrow maybe we will see about this types of plants and adaptations of plants. Okay, and with that we can finish the topic. Okay, bye everyone, thank you.